What is the most expensive and the least expensive property that you own or you sold?
The one apartment or the property which we are developing now, for which we have won the award, is about. If somebody asks Vastu, yes, Vastu is there. Somebody wants east facing houses, yes, east facing house. Somebody wants a bigger living and dining, yes, we have an answer. Somebody wants a better location, we have. Somebody wants a wardrobe in every bedroom, yes, we have. So likewise, so no customer should have a reason to say no to our product.
Do you think is it also good as an investment idea?
So any property you take it from our product, no, definitely you will get in residential minimum 4% return in terms of return, in terms of the rental income, I would say.
Being able to run a real estate business is obviously trust building with your customers. How you been able to build that relationship with your customers?
I'll tell you what. To be a successful real estate person, you need to build a trust only with the landowners first.
We understand that you won the most prestigious Project of the Year award.
Yes.
We wanted to learn a little more about that project in particular, as to what is it about that project?
The first and foremost thing, the unique about the project is the location. Not only that, subsequently after acquiring land for that parcel, we have acquired 2-3 more land parcels which are again equal to that location.
Can you give us an idea of the kind of specs that are unique to you only?
Right from the floor plan, I sit personally, I work along with the architects, and we generally, any other builder would like to save the cost and then hire only one architect. For all of our project, we have about at least 3 to 4 architects. I run through the architect because I always believe 2 minds are better than one.
One doesn't merely venture into the real estate business for money. They have to have a purpose to serve, a point to prove, and more importantly, a difference to create. I'm joined by Mr. Syed Qutubuddin, KP as he likes being called. Mr. Syed Qutubuddin is the founder and managing director of Legendary Builders, a real estate entity that says it transforms lives. Mr. KP, thank you for being with us. Luxury is something that you're particularly driven by. Is there a reason for it? I mean, why luxury in particular? What is it about luxury that kind of drives you?
See, throughout my career, whatever the choices I've made in my life, it's always I always go for best. So be it the phone that I purchased, first phone, I always Googled it, which is the top 10 models which is available, the best models in the world.
Okay.
And be it the car, that the first car I purchased, that is a Mercedes Benz, and that is the car I waited. Even though I become a senior VP in one of the big organizations in Southern India real estate, I still used to go to office in Ola cabs and all that, until the purpose of that the desire to buy the Mercedes Benz was there in me. Okay. So the first car what I am going to buy itself is going to be a Mercedes Benz. So I waited for such a long time. Likewise, the projects wherever we are doing, we will wait. We always used to wait, and then we take and select the top-notch locations in Chennai. So that is how. Okay. So, but at the same time, I always very conscious. The moment that we say it's a luxury, we keep on adding the spec of the project. Still, we have to maintain the selling price at the same market rate. If you don't maintain the selling price at the market rate, we will not be able to sell. We will have a lot of inventories because there won't be much of off-takers. So that is the reason why I always see we should give the luxury, but luxury does not mean it should be expensive.
But does luxury have to be a differentiator for you? I mean, is that something that you want to be identified with? For example, anybody, I mean, even a car enthusiast who wants to drive a Mercedes can also obviously afford a lesser car. For example, let's say a Hyundai or a Maruti, and they could even try it out for their own purposes. So my question is that is luxury something that you want to stick to, or do you want to maybe expand your horizons and try everything out?
See, in real estate terms, generally I see a lot of every builder and every other competitor have been telling this, using the word luxury. I think the luxury word is overused now. Mm-hmm. Luxury does not define whether luxury in terms of the pricing, in terms of the product, or in terms of the location, or in terms of the size you live in. Mm-hmm. So it does not define anything. Luxury has become very common nowadays.
So what is luxury according to you?
For me, the luxury means everything, whatever I name. So the moment you say luxury, Legendary is coming up with a project in X place or Y, any location that we choose, the customer should feel, they should attach themselves that yes, Legendary is coming up. So it should be the luxury project, it will be a luxury project, and we don't have to worry about anything. Just like that, we can walk in, ask them what is the square feet rate, select which floor we want, we can buy. Just like online shopping what we are doing. So that's how we are setting up a standard for each and everything. So be it selecting the team, our team, I want to build a team which is one of the best, be it an architect or be my team or whichever we are building. So it's one of the very passionate and younger and hunger driven team which we have.
But obviously, I mean, all of what you're saying has to come at a price. Does that kind of bracket you in a league that maybe not everybody can aspire to be in?
Maybe yes, to some extent. But
and is that a conscious call?
It's a very conscious call, but we are very conscious about the pricing as well, because every real estate project, before doing it, it starts from the I myself being a CA now, I am very good at numbers. So I always starts with the numbers. So unless and until now, even though whatever luxury we add in, we keep adding, but still end of the day we should sell the product also. Unless we sell the product, we will not be able to sustain in the long run, we will not be able to run in the long run. So we are always very price conscious also. The product that we are choosing, even though it includes all the luxury at the market price or below the market price. That's all. But
Mr. KP, one very interesting aspect that came out during our research as well, and we spoke to a number of folks, is that you're actually a CA.
Yes.
And you've been a CA for the longest time.
Yes.
And it's a very unique transition for anybody to kind of understand. A CA transitioning into real estate as a founder, how did that come about?
See, I've always had hunger in me. That is a passion. So what has happened is, being a CA, I've been keep on accumulating a lot of talents within me. I've been keep on upgrading my knowledge and everything. So I've been looking for one industry where we can use or put to use all the knowledge that I've accumulated and the connects and everything that the talents that I've developed in house. So then I started working for one real estate company as a head of finance. So I was a senior VP for finance and operations in one of the largest company in southern India. Then that's when I realized, this is the place where I can put in all my the talents and the contacts and all the assets that I have built. So then that's when I figured out, okay, let's take it a shot and give it a shot, and then we'll try.
But give it a shot to real estate in general, or did you have a particular affinity towards real estate, or was there a connection, or do you feel that you had a very good understanding of the business?
During my CA days, whether during my articleship and post-articleship, even when I was practicing my CA, I used to audit a lot of industries. Pharmaceutical industries I've audited, automobile industries I've audited, construction industry I've audited. The kind of figures that comes to my mind, the kind of profit that comes, and the kind of risk and the charm that is there in the engineering, and also the charm that is there in the real estate industry, it's what was more attractive for me. So that's when I realized, okay, the CA, I will not be able to do enough justice to all the skill sets that I have developed over the year. So let's venture into something where we can build up a very big team. We can do justice. That's one reason. The second reason is basically I studied my science background in 11th and 12th. So because
that's again a newer transition.
A newer transition from plus. So during my 12th standard, I studied physics, chemistry, maths. So which is a pure maths. So with that,
And you know what's the biggest surprise here?
Yes.
For a Tamilian to study science and not do engineering eventually.
Not engineering, So those days, during my school days, engineering was very famous that time. So even I asked her to become an engineer, but luckily I didn't become an engineer now. I feel now. So connecting to that, so I feel like it's good.
So I'm sorry to cut you in, but you've got all the traits to be a good founder. Then you've got the science and the engineering understanding. You've got the finances very sorted as you're a CA, and then you've got a businessman drive as well.
Yes, businessman drive as well, and the most important thing that I should say is the ability to convince people, ability to get into the bottom of any issue. That's more important in real estate.
A problem solver.
Yes, problem solver. So there will be a lot of dramas happening around, but if you look at any issue, even if there is no issue, people will create an issue out of it, and then there will be a lot of drama that will be built, and a lot of stories will be built around any issue, even though it's a small. So you should have, being a founder, you need it, but even more so in real estate industry, where you need to get to the bottom of the issue and see what is the issue, why it is happening like that. So that is how. So that is what is missing. So that is why I'm very clever. So that's why now we are laying our foundations on legendary. Now within a very short period of time, now we have made our mark in the industry, and still it's a long way. We are building a team which is more passion driven, which is more with the value system that we are there in the organizations that we are developing. There is no compromise in any corner. There is no compromise. Even if somebody have to take a decision whether by doing this cutting corners here you will be saving X amount of money, if I say, I'll ask him what is the benefit that customer is going to get because of that. So what is the
customer
impact?
first.
So we don't, customer first. We don't look at what is the margin that we make. We fix a margin what we want on day one, and we stick to it. Even if you raise the selling price maybe 100 rupees or 200 rupees because of the market, we see how we can improvise on our spec. So that's why each and every point. So what is the learning? Every day, even now I go to site, I see what is happening at the site, I review, I take call, on-site calls, lot of calls we take. The particular area what we are building may not be useful to the customer. Instead, we can give them some other benefit. So that way, it is helping me out.
Can you for the viewers in particular, can you give us an idea of the kind of specs that are unique to you only? I mean, the kind of specs that you're introducing, and it's not generally available in the market.
Yeah. See, the first and foremost thing I should say, right from the floor plan, the designing, that is the first point in any, once the land acquisition is done in real estate. Right from the floor plan, I sit personally, I work along with the architects, and we generally, any other builder would like to save the cost and then hire only one architect. For all of our project, we have about at least 3 to 4 architects. I run through the architect because I always believe 2 minds are better than one. So always like whatever the plans, sometimes they are also professionals, they get irritated, they will have their own comments, own conflict. But still nevertheless I tell them, see, because all 4 of you guys are there, now just come out with a better product. Once I show them the better product and the final product, all 4 of them, even though when working, they may have confidence during the time when they work. But once the final output comes, all of them will say, yes, it's a very good product. So I always tell them, you all 4 of you can claim this is your product because it has not come out from one single person. So that way, so if you look at any of our floor plans, there's absolutely no zero dead space. I always tell my team, somebody is paying you 18,000 or 20,000 rupees per square feet because we do projects only in the all posh locations, or 25,000 if he is paying. Even a square feet also matters to him.
Of course.
So each and every square feet that be very cautious. Just by doing some alternative, you can increase the square feet which is usable for them, or by reducing the wastage of the square feet. I used to tell them. So for example, generally the red bricks is what red bricks is what we use it for our construction.
So that's the most commonly used.
Yes. So 90% of the people have gone to the AAC blocks or the hollow blocks. But now we still the same old tradition method we have gone ahead, and then we still using the red bricks.
That's because it's more long lasting.
Long lasting is one thing.
Cost effective.
Long lasting is one thing, not cost effective. Its cost is very high compared to the other. 10 to 15% cost will go up because of the heaviness. And second, it's environmental friendly material because it's made out of clay. Okay, so that's the reason why we still adapt to the same one. But now what has happened is the typical red bricks comes at a 9-inch size. But what we have done is 9-inch means customer is losing. The AAC blocks comes at 8-inch sizes. So we said why customer should waste even 1 inch in any room. So we customize ourselves our bricks which is 8-inch bricks, which no one has done ever in the industry. So for the first time in Chennai we are coming out with the red bricks which is 8-inch, so that the carpet area of the room sizes gets increased.
That's a beautiful thing, Mr. KP, because these are the things, for example, from a customer's point of view, these are the things they don't normally get to see. I mean, all they see is the glitz and the glamour and the glitter that builders that we just put a perception of. But to be focused on what is actually being on the production quality, the construction quality, that's a very fair point.
Just to add to that, generally if you take at any brochure of a project, you can see 30% loading as that. For example, what is getting you as a carpet area compared to what you are paying. Let's say 100 square feet, if you are buying from a builder, you will get only 70% of the space as a carpet area. Carpet area is the area where you can lay the carpet. That's what technically they call it. So you get only 70%. So 70% livable area, they will add 30% more and they'll ask you to pay 100. So I always see what is there in the component of 30%. Reduce the 30 and bring it down to 17-18%. All of our projects we are doing max 20%, 21% we kept it. So all the customers know that every square feet that they are paying us, it should value to them. They should get value for the money that they are paying. So that we are very cautious about the common area also.
Mr. KP, one of the reasons that we were as a team intrigued to even speak with you was because earlier our prestigious ET Now Realty Conclave Awards happened, and we understand that you won the most prestigious Project of the Year award.
Yes.
We wanted to learn a little more about that project in particular, as to what is it about that project that caught the eye, and are there more projects like the same one, or was it something special about that unique project that's kind of stood it apart?
The first and foremost thing, the unique about the project is the location. And not only that, subsequently after acquiring land for that parcel, we have acquired 2-3 more land parcels which are again equal to that location. I wouldn't say better than this. This is the best location, I should say. So Kadar Nawaz Khan Road. Now the Chennai Corporation has announced Kadar Nawaz Khan Road as the only street or the only road where 24/7 you can run shops. No other street or no other road has that prestige or the liberty to run the shops for 24/7. Chennai Corporation is developing that as a smart road. Chennai Corporation has come out with a plan has issued a GO to run the shops for 24/7. The project we were talking about is for which we have won the award is Legendary Pride. So Legendary Pride has its own long story. Just to cut short, I should say the project location is the main, the hero. So that is why it's a very prime. So I should say one of the best thing about this project is the location. And second thing, the product that we are giving. So we are giving about 3,300 square feet of each apartment, which itself is like a kind of a bungalow. The people who are living in bungalow only they can.
The bungalowment, as you mentioned.
The bungalowment is as you said. Now we are coming up with a new word called bungalowment. So we are giving whoever stays in the bungalow, they would like to have at least 3-4 car parks. So we are giving 4 car parks for this apartment, and the location is, as I told you,
and for a prime location like that, I mean, even acquisition of land would also be a challenge at times, is it?
It is a challenge, but because of my CA and because of the connections, that is made little easier, but still it is not so easy.
But you've learned to maneuver around it.
I have to maneuver around it, and also the thing is that the ability of ours to convince the landowner easily. That's what makes, the moment we go and tell them 15 days I'll cut a check in your favor, and within 30 days, and we stick to that. So again, there are also the kind of credibility that plays a lot of role.
Yeah, but Mr. KB, the word legendary in itself is a very weighted word, when you hear the word legendary, you kind of create a picture. If I as a customer hear the word legendary and the legendary projects, I will have some certain expectations, a level of expectations. Tell me, how did that word come into being, and you thought of legendary builders as your title, and also does that also signify a lot of what you stand for personally?
Yes. See, as I told you, always I've been selecting only the best in my life. So whatever I want to do, I'll check what is the best which is available first. Then only I'll think whether I should go, whether I can afford or not. So then likewise, I started, we are going to become a real estate builder. So it should be a customer centric name where the customer should feel very proud about it. So I was thinking whoever is the customer who is buying an apartment, okay, we are doing projects only within city. So buying a house is not a small task nowadays. So 3 crores or 5 crores or 10 crores also whoever is buying, definitely must be a legend. Then only, after achieving something, you should have some sense of achievement. So that is when they will be buying an apartment. So I thought like that, from the customer perspective, we should call everybody as a legend whoever is buying an apartment from us. So with that connotation, we were doing iterations within our team. Then we discussed. Then we came out with the word called legendary. Let's call it as a legendary builders. So luckily, the legendary means, so there is no adjective you can add to the legendary. Legendary itself is an adjective. That is the final one. That's it. So whoever is getting associated with us, we call them as a legendary employee, legendary customer, and we call them.
You can call them the legendarians.
Legendarians. That's it. So you cannot add one more adjective to the legendarian. So that is where it come out. And then we thought about the logo also. If you look at our logo, we would have designed it like a crown. So the customer who buys from us, we should make them feel like they are legends. So we are giving them a crown, not just a house. It's a crown on their head, and which has a key also, which represents that we hand over the apartments on time, and also they they themselves have achieved something. So that's how the name evolved.
Sounds very aspirational. What is the most expensive and the least expensive property that you own or you've sold?
Yeah, the one apartment or the property which we are developing now, for which we have won the award, is about 10 crore rupees per apartment, 3,320 square feet. And then after acquiring this property, now we have got one more property in Harrington Road, which is one more very posh location.
That's also around 10 crores?
That's also around 10.
So what do I get as a customer in 10 crores?
As a customer in 10 crores, if you come and see...
If you can just describe the details of what you are going to offer me in my 10 crores, yeah.
Yes. See, before designing, before selecting any project, I always start with my own saying or my own intuition saying that when a customer walks into our sales office or to us, okay, every customer before buying a house, he will have at least 100 things in his checklist.
Sure.
I need this, I need this, I need this. Okay. Every point that any customer has for buying a house, every point should be ticked when they come to my house, when they come to buy my product or legendary product. That is how we design. If somebody asks Vastu, yes, Vastu is there. somebody wants east facing houses, yes, east facing house. Somebody wants a bigger living and dining, yes, we have an answer. Somebody wants a better location, we have. Somebody wants a wardrobe in every bedroom, yes, we have. So likewise, so no customer should have a reason to say no to our product.
But for 10 crores, Mr. KP, I should be getting the things that I can't even imagine myself putting in the checklist.
Yes, of course, yes. You will be getting for 10 crore rupees, you will be living like in a bungalow. You cannot afford a bungalow today in Harrington Road. For you to afford a bungalow, definitely you will be selling out at least 25 to 30 crore rupees today. So that kind of a bungalow, see for example the Harrington Road product what we are talking about has a 60 feet length living and dining. That's a huge 60 feet and about width of about 18 feet width, which adds up to roughly about 1000 square feet. Only one living dining is about 1000 square feet. So you feel like you are living in a bungalow or better than a bungalow because only 5 people are that's not crowded. You've got a private lift. You've got a centralized AC, VRV system we are giving. So everything which is top notch, which is available in the industry, if you go and purchase on your own on an individual basis, you will be getting a 30% hike price. But as a builder, we can go and select and identify which is the best product, and we can identify the better rates for you, and then we are building and giving you the moment you enter and come to buy our house and living so you will feel like you are living in a bungalow.
So as a real estate guru yourself, what would you recommend me? Would you recommend me going to maybe a very posh locality, but not maybe really investing that big in the apartment itself? Maybe a small apartment in a very posh, very expensive locality, or maybe a reasonable locality, but really investing big on the amenities and the space?
Oh, it all depends on each person because I would say it's a subjective more. Because some people would like to have a swimming pool, some people would like to have a very big community, some people would like to have schools around their property so that they don't have to waste time, they can save time on the kids. Some people would like to stay closer to their office. So the preference of each individual changes. But I personally feel always I like the city life. I always like to stay within city. I don't like to go out of city. And I don't like to travel or waste my time only in traveling. So I always prefer city locations. We are doing projects only.
No, what you're offering is the best of both worlds. I mean, you're offering the posh locality and the spaces and the amenities as well.
Yes. See, I would say if you are a customer looking for a house in Harrington Road, if you step into our project and you have seen the spec on the project in our project or in our product I am sure that you will not like any other project which is there in the project in the locality. So we do our own research, we go around all the properties that are being developed, we inculcate everything which is there in the property we take and then we include in our product. So be it a lighting, be it a natural lighting that comes into the houses, be it a servant room, whether 10 crore people how they will think what they need, be it a servant room, be it a separate foyer, be it a separate lift, whatever best that you can expect for, which will be there in the product.
Does Chennai still have that scope to give you all of that?
100% Chennai is having. Chennai is most underrated city, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding, since it's a big metro city, and most metro cities, as I understand, have kind of saturated with regards to their spaces, posh spaces in particular, unless they are being redeveloped. So, do you think that Chennai still has the appetite and the scope to offer such locations along with the kind of spaces? For example, if you go to Bombay, it's impossible for a city like Bombay to offer big spaces. You have to find luxury in the whatever controlled amount of area that you get. You have to make certain kind of compromises everywhere, even if you're spending, let's say, 10 crores. But do you think Chennai has an edge in that regard, that if you pay 10 crores, you get the space, you get the locality, and you really don't have to make any compromises?
I personally feel Chennai is the most underrated cosmopolitan cities, I should say, and also the kind of as you said, the word saturated in Bombay, Delhi, and all those things. Now only I feel like Chennai is evolving. So now people are slowly adapting to all these luxury apartments rather than staying in the bungalows because land is a scarcity in Chennai now.
Right.
So and also I feel personally a lot of people have money today. A lot of people wants to invest and buy houses and wants to invest in real estate nowadays. So that sense is there, and also a lot of people wants to move into the city. Rather than they used to go to OMR and ECR and all those areas. Now the city is also luckily is developing in terms of the infrastructure facilities, in terms of the metros and all that. So definitely there is a huge demand in Chennai, I would say.
Okay.
And also to add to my point now, there are projects like how Taj is coming up with a project, Brigade is coming up with a project, all 25 floors, 30 floors and such a big mass. I mean, we never heard of. And 60-70% of the inventory is already sold out in those areas.
Right.
So that means there's something is happening.
Do you think is it also good as an investment idea?
See, every property we develop from an investment perspective, I can say like 20 to 25% appreciation by the time we hand over, by the time we sign the contract and start the construction will be there from the investment perspective. And more so, our locations are all top-notch locations. So any property you take it from our product, definitely you will get in residential minimum 4% return in terms of the only the rental income, I would say. Other than that, there will be a capital appreciation will be there.
What is it about Chennai that you feel that other cities don't offer? Because do you also give sea views? Do we have nothing like that?
No, as of now, no.
Yeah, because Bombay, really overhypes the sea view buildings and apartments. Chennai, thankfully, is not really obsessed with that element.
Yes, that's correct. But now, as of now, like since we are in existence for a very short span of time compared to the other builders who have been there for more than 2 decades or more than few decades. So I should say as of now we have properties which are in top-notch locations where the land is very scarce resource, and we take up those properties and then we are developing it. But we have to establish ourselves in the market that legendary means people should blindly come and then buy the products. So that kind of a branding that we are doing and working on it now.
Residential, of course, properties are there. You're also into commercial and office spaces as well?
Yeah,
or is it something that you plan to get into?
Yeah, we have started recently. We have acquired the land for commercial. We are starting small in our commercial. Our first project is going to come in Poshokkam area. So that's about 30,000 square feet of rental spaces we are.
That's going to be office spaces only or rental shops
spaces
and everything?
Only office spaces we are building now.
Okay. And
there's a huge scope even commercial also. Like most of the builders who are there here, they are concentrating and focusing only on the residential. They don't focus on the commercial. Now we are venturing into commercial as well.
Okay. Mr. KB, one of the key aspects of being able to run a real estate business is obviously trust building with your customers.
Not only with the customers, you have
every stakeholder, every vendor, every broker, everybody you work with.
Yes.
But of course, we have to ask questions and we understand things from a customer's point of view. Eventually, they are a paying entity at the end. In your experience, what is it that really builds or defines trust with your customers? On what grounds do you really believe that you cannot go wrong? And give me a couple of testaments as to how you've been able to build that relationship with your customers.
I'll tell you what. To be a successful real estate person, you need to build the trust only with the landowners first. Okay, that is where everything starts. So only when your landowner trusts you, you can acquire the land. After acquiring land, only whether we are building, what product we are doing, whom we are selling, what we are doing, everything. So that starts from the landowner signing the agreement with us. Now, within a short span of time, we were able to sign 2 joint venture projects in city. I tell you, signing or doing a project in city is much harder compared to the outside city, because the land cost on day one you have to put in the land cost and construction cost. If you look at my construction cost is going to be only 15% of the total project cost. The rest of the 85% is going to go into the land. So on day one,
land acquisition only.
Land acquisition only, because 85% of the cost you have to invest on day one. So how you structure the deal?
So you're saying that, for example, if you acquired a land for 100 crore rupees, you're saying the construction cost is only 15 crores?
Yeah, only will be about 20 crores maximum.
Okay.
Because we buy land at 80 crores, 7 crores per ground, 2,400 square feet land, we call it as a ground here. So the most of the cost goes only in the land. So if you can play around with that, that's where we are coming up with how we are different in structuring the deal with the landowners. So day one we build rapport with the landowners. We play around with them. We travel in a long journey. We make them understand we are not the people who will run away tomorrow. We are going to stay here for a long run. So we make them comfort. We understand their needs. So any documentation needs to be updated or anything needs to be done in terms of the land. We help and we travel along with them. We make them travel along with us for the next 2-3 years. That is how we are doing it. So the first trust the first stakeholder in any real estate business is the landowner. So once you are done with that, For a better location, if I see any land, I will not leave that land. I will not leave that landowner. Any negotiation also, I will give them here and there, like 5% or 2 or 3%. If there is a difference in the negotiation, I close the deal because of the location. Because location plays a major role. So the first stakeholder is the landowner. Then comes with your all the vendors and all these people. Because at the end of the day, whatever we can plan, we can plan it in the scale, in the computer, we can plan it. But the execution has to happen. For the execution,
Right.
we need to have a rapport with the vendors. So whatever is there in our mind, that has to get culminated, and then all those small points needs to be taken care on a daily basis, because we will not be able to spend time
Right.
across all the projects. So we need to build trust with the stakeholders. The second stakeholders are going to be the team which we are building. The team has to be very strong.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
Then comes the
yeah.
customers. So everything, whatever we are cooking and whatever we are making, everything is for the customers. Then comes the customer. Whenever the customer comes and sits on my table, by the time they leave out of my room, I make sure that every checklist that they must be having some checklist for buying a house. Everything we are taking in, be it in terms of the finance, be it in terms of the quality, be it in terms of the floor plan.
And are most of your customers native, or are they coming from elsewhere, other places, other states as well, or do you plan to cater to mostly the native
No, for
Chennai
the
residents?
kind of product we are building, I see only the local crowd who are buying, who are
Okay.
here, who are having, who have established themselves, and then they have made good money in the city.
But Chennai can
That's
also be turned into a hub where people from all across states, maybe from north and east, could also be maybe invest.
Yeah, currently our focus is only in the city.
Okay.
So within city, generally the investment that comes from the outside is very less, unless and until some NRIs who would like to invest big money here.
Yeah.
So
That's a great core to have.
there's a huge appreciation that is happening in the last 2-3 years. I'm seeing the real estate has seen a huge boom in Chennai.
And you've cashed in on the right time then.
Yes.
But otherwise, of course, you already mentioned about your plans to go commercial as well with regards to spaces. How about venturing out of Chennai, maybe other cities?
As of now, we don't have any plans to go out of Chennai.
Really focused on Chennai
Very
right
focused on Chennai. Maybe we have a plan we have thought of doing a project in Dubai. Maybe internationally we may have to explore that market, Dubai market, because I've been to Dubai, I've been studying the buildings, how that is happening. So I feel there is a scope where we can go and build some spaces in Dubai.
Dubai has a lot of luxury takers as well.
A lot of luxury takers, definitely. With one of the investors, when I had a conversation last week in Dubai, so he casually said, see, whoever comes to Dubai, without money nobody comes here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So each villa is being sold at 150 crores.
Yeah.
So that's a huge money that people are investing there. So roughly about, I would say, 50 million dirhams they are investing in one villa.
Right.
So people from UK comes there and then they invest. People across. It's an international market. People come there. So initially we were doing we were having a chat with our team and then the investors, potential investors in Dubai. Then they said, see, the people who come here, people who have excess money, surplus money, they will only come here. So it doesn't make any sense for us to do any smaller project or for the middle class. We have to target only the upper class. We have to do the project. So that's what we have been doing here. So for us to replicate the same thing will be easy there. So that's what I told them. So the vice versa, it is also going to be benefited for Chennai market as well, because the expertise that or the consultant, the kind of material that we use in Dubai, the same thing we can do it here also in Chennai.
Yeah.
So
it more or less offers the same demography as well.
Yes.
With regards to climate and everything. Yeah.
Flight time is also, it's only 3 or 4 hours, so it's easy.
Yeah. How many ongoing projects do you have?
About 6 projects we are doing. All are within Chennai.
All residential?
All residential. One is commercial, 5 are So 5 are residential projects, and we have stock in Kadar Nawaz Khan Road, Harrington Road, and T Nagar. There are 2 projects are there. Very top-notch location. And there is one more in Harrington Road in Nungambakkam. That is also a very posh area. So all these areas we have a stock now. So I should say, for a builder of our size, having a stock in these areas is phenomenal.
For example, if I come back to Chennai after 5 years and speak with you, where do you think and what do you think we'll be speaking about? Where do you think Legendary will stand?
That's a very good question. See, with the kind of team that I'm developing, okay, what we have achieved is just an iceberg, I should say, tip of the iceberg. So what we are planning, what is that in our mind to build? One thing I'm very sure is, we are not here for a short term. We are going to be here for a very long term game with the kind of commitment in terms of the quality, with the kind of fine tuning that we are doing in our product. Definitely we are going to make a, like in the words of Steve Jobs, make a dent in the universe. We are going to make a dent In Chennai, we are going to make it very big, and definitely we are building that team, we are catching up, and all of our customers whoever has purchased from us, they have the same feeling that, and they have been reciprocating the same thing. You won't believe some of the customers who have purchased an apartment, every time when they purchase, they tell, so every time when you launch a new project, you send me the brochure. I want to make an investment. I want to make an investment. Likewise. So definitely we are going to make it very big.
Thank you so much, Mr. Syed. Before we sign off, just one line comment you want to make to the customers, potential investors that are listening to you, and what is it about Legendary in one line that kind of defines you and stands you apart?
Definitely I won't be able to complete it in one line, but I would say something for the customers who are even evaluating whether to buy an apartment, or who is having an idea of buying an house. Just roam around and see whether there is any product, Legendary product in and around your area, whichever you are looking at. If there is a Legendary product, I would definitely say that you can close your eyes and then directly go and book. Rest of the thing, whatever your checklist points are having, definitely it will be ticked. One final word to all the customers would be, before buying anywhere with any other builder, just evaluate a product once. After evaluating, you can go and buy anywhere, but come and see our product once, then you take your decision. Before taking decision, or don't take any decision without seeing our product.
There you have it. You've heard it from the man himself. Thank you so much, Mr. Syed. It was really fascinating talking about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.